Now, a painted body shell enters the main assembly line. Station 1. The 911's new paint job is protected with pads. Then the doors come off to allow easier access to the inside of the car throughout the assembly process. At Station 2, technicians snake wiring through the car, laying down the network for the electrical system. Station 6. The first upholstered item is put in the car, the cockpit, which includes the leather dash. At Porsche, leather begins as tanned cow hides in the upholstery shop. The basic 911 has 40 upholstered pieces, including the dash, door panels, and seats. It takes 6 hides to upholster an average 911. Hides are laid out on a machine that automatically cuts the pieces to be upholstered, while avoiding flaws in the leather. The machine uses a powerful water jet to cut the leather. The pressure coming out of the nozzle is over 43,000 pounds per square inch, about 30 times the pressure of a power washer used to clean buildings. The machine is done, and now the pieces are collected. The first workers to get their hands on the cut leather are the sewers, who stitch pieces together. Next, a robot sprays the stitched leather with glue. Then, a craftsperson has the painstaking task of fitting the leather to the dashboard frame. Heat makes the leather more pliable and workable. It also keeps the glue tacky. The first challenge is fitting the seam in the frame's groove. Then, the leather has to be stretched over the top of the dash. Once the fit is right, he trims the excess leather with a knife and rounds the remaining material under the dash. A little pressure with a sand-filled weight smooths out any ripples and completes the job an hour after it began. The upholstered dashboards are sent to a pre-assembly area, just a few yards from the main assembly line. Here, they are built up into full cockpit assemblies, including gauges and steering columns. Once assembled, the cockpit is the first upholstered piece installed on the car. Six assembly stations are complete. The car's journey down the line is just beginning, with the most challenging assembly processes ahead. Porsche's ultimate 911 factory in Stuttgart, Germany has 117 assembly stations. Some stations are where 911s get parts that differentiate them from other 911 variants. One popular variant is the Targa, a 911 with a retractable glass top. If the 911 arriving at Station 14 is a Targa, this is where technicians install the huge glass top. Almost 115 pounds of glass hangs in the balance as technicians try to slide it in through the back end of the car, forming both the car's roof and rear window. Down the line at Station 18, the assembly area's only robot installs the windshield. First, it applies glue to the inside of the glass. This robot works in the dark because of its infrared sensors, which help it position the windshield to tolerances of nearly 0.02 of an inch. Station 30. If the 911 coming down the line is a GT3, this is where technicians install the prominent rear wing. Airplanes use wings to create lift, enabling the aircraft to fly. The GT3's wing is angled to do the opposite, to keep the car on the ground.
The faster a car goes, the more lift it creates, and we have to overcome that lift and push the car down on the street again, because that's what makes the car controllable.
Just a few stations down the line, Station 34. The name of the 911 model is spelled out for the world to see. Special guides hold the letters in place so they can be stuck onto the car. Every car moving down the line is destined to be different. Each is built for a specific customer order with a unique set of options. That means different cars need different parts. Like the engine line, the main assembly line also uses a driverless transport system to bring parts to stations just when they're needed. But these carts use a visual tracking system to follow a black stripe on the floor. The problem is, the line is constantly moving, threatening to leave the cart and its parts behind. The solution? Simple. Link the carts to the moving line. Two stations down at Station 55. Two of those parts on a cart are the radiators. The 911's two radiators are installed in front of the car. Hoses cycle coolant to the rear where the engine will be located. The engine those radiators will cool arrives on the assembly floor near the halfway point on the line. Technicians connect the engine and transmission to a pre-assembly that also includes the suspension, brakes, and axles. It's all in advance of the most dramatic moment on the line, the marriage of the powertrain and body. The Porsche 911 is famous for both its iconic shape and its rear-mounted flat six-cylinder engine. Now at Porsche's ultimate factory in Stuttgart, Germany, that body and engine are about to come together midway down the assembly line at Station 61. The joining of the body and powertrain assembly is called a marriage. It's a major moment on the line. The entire car that's been built up coming down the line is now bolted to the suspension and powertrain. Even so, It's like any other station on the